time that I do numbers on 2 crutches. See more plaques than 2 brushes. Until I'm at the
Keyshawn J. Willimax on ESPN Radio. If you think you are tied to your car right now, I got to where I need to work now, I got to get in early, I don't want to get out of the car, they're about to get into the Cowboys and Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott, and all this kind of stuff, and what? If you have the ESPN app, what you do, because you have a phone in your pocket right now, right? All you got to do is click on the more icon, right? Like the lower right-hand side, you see more. You scroll down to live radio, and we're right there. We're right there. You just take us with you. Hit us up on the Dr. Pepper call-in line, 888-SAY-ESPN, 729-3776. Winning word this hour, every hour, KJM 10K a day giveaway through December 7th. Every hour we give a winning word. You text it to 777-000, and you are entered for your chance to win $2,500. We've given away 60 G's so far. The winning word this hour is done, D-O-N-E, done. Text it to 777-000. All right, guys.
Packers are done.
They're done, right? Well,
They're
that's
done,
in honor of the Packers. I think the Cowboys will get in the zone this weekend versus the Vikings. Get in the zone is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I don't know. I think, he's dropping back. They're going to drop Kirk Cousins back a lot. And the key to beating the Cowboys is run the ball because then Micah Parsons can't go kill the quarterback, right? Who's under more pressure to win a Super Bowl this season, though? Just hear me out for a second, guys. Kirk Cousins, who is the type of quarterback everyone looks like, yeah, you can win a Super Bowl with that guy. He's good enough to win a Super Bowl with. People sleep on him. Well, okay, how much do you need? He's been in the league a million years. He's on a loaded team. He's got Justin Jefferson. He's got everything he needs. So if not now, when? I think there's some pressure on Kirk Cousins.
You have him ranked 15th.
Yes, but everyone tells me I'm ranking him too low. Versus Dak Prescott, who everyone's talking about how good the Cowboys are this year. Jimmy Johnson, Pro Football Hall of Fame head coach. And the real curse on the Cowboys is he ain't in the Ring of Honor, right? Since that, they're never winning a Super Bowl till they do the right thing by Jimmy Johnson. That's the curse. Listen to Jimmy Johnson on a terrific show. I suggest you check it out on ESPN Radio. Keyshawn J. Willimax is excellent. Listen to Jimmy Johnson from the other day.
It may be the best Cowboy team I've seen in a long time. But, they've got to take care of some little things. They got to get fewer penalties, and they got to protect the ball. And maybe when Zeke, gets back in the lineup, when they got the combination of Pollard and Ezekiel in there running the football, that'll take a little bit of pressure off of Dak because Dak can't carry the football team. He's got to have a good supporting cast.
More pressure to win the Super Bowl this year, Dak or Kirk Cousins?
I would think it would be Dak Prescott. Because of what the expectations are, not only for him, but also for the team. You didn't come into this season with the expectations that Kirk Cousins is going to take his team to the Super Bowl. You came into the season thinking, okay, second time around, defense, Cowboys with Dan Quinn, they got Michael Parsons, they got the running backs, they moved on from Amari Cooper. CeeDee Lamb's going to step up. Dak Prescott's going to be healthy. And all of the hype is always around the Cowboys. That's not the case with Kirk Cousins.
Those numbers are interesting to me because sometimes the numbers lie. Sometimes they tell a story that you believe. Jay, I'm looking at these numbers. Dak's a little bigger, stronger, faster, a little better. But that tells you that they are very similar in certain ways in terms of their level. But you can see the QBR is quite a bit higher for Dak. Not like killing him, but like he is a better quarterback. But to me, that tells the right story. Two similar guys. One of them's better, and that's Dak. Who's under more pressure?
That's not even a question to me. I mean, it's Dak Prescott. For how old is Jerry Jones now?
100 and
stop.
Well, seriously. So it's something to think about. So Jerry Jones has given this team everything they need to win now.
Right.
Everything they need to win now.
Say that every year.
The defense is there. He stayed with Dan Quinn, brought him back. His salary is extremely high. You have the quarterback. You gave him.
You that looked up his salary for me the other day?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't realize.
It can match that of other head coaches, right? In order to retain him. So you gave Dak the bag coming off injury because you believed in Dak. You have Ezekiel Elliott. You have Tony Pollard. There were questionable decisions. I'm sure they're going to probably go in. They're openly recruiting OBJ.
Jay, do you think that Jerry Jones is such a good PR guy for himself that he winds up with the media? It makes him look like a worse GM than he is because because the media thinks they're better than they are because we pay so much attention to them and we're familiar with all of the players, which in football is rare, right? You're familiar with every player on a team.
But they're a good team.
And so but every year we say that.
I mean, with the exception of Howie Roseman and what the Eagles just did with Ndamukong Suh, you tell me a team that is more equipped to win a Super Bowl than the Cowboys.
Well, the Chiefs because they have Patrick Mahomes.
The Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Okay,
yeah. Maybe the Bills if they're healthy.
If they're healthy,
yeah.
A lot of question marks with them being
But that's
healthy.
what I mean. I'm saying we say this. I swear to you, I know it feels different this year. We say the same thing about the Cowboys every single year. It's because Jerry Jones has us juiced. 888-SAY-ESPN, 729-3776. We're going to take some calls on this. Which quarterback has the most pressure on them to win a Super Bowl? The consensus is Dak's got more pressure than Kirk Cousins, right? Is there anyone who's got more than Dak? After Key has this from Dr. Pepper.
The most wonderful time of year is up on us again. College football season. Dr. Pepper and the residents of Fanville invite you to revel in a one-of-a-kind year of flexing your foam finger, humming your school's fight song in your sleep, and thriving on a steady diet of buffalo chicken dip and post-game day commentary, all washed down with a rich, delicious Dr. Pepper, of course. Another Saturday is always just around the corner. So make sure your tailgate doesn't turn into a complete failgate and pick up a case of ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
Rodgers, when last year we would have thought about them being side by side.
This is the first time that I've seen Aaron Rodgers really miss Devontae Adams, though. And you probably never could. The reason is
because most people would say he's missed them all year, Key.
Yes. That's the first thing we talked about at the beginning of the year.
This is the first time that I really have.
So what are you seeing? What are you seeing that makes you say last night was the first time?
Well, because typically when a quarterback is looking for somebody to throw the football to, that means nobody's getting open. That means nobody's getting open, and he's got to just figure out how to do it. When you got a guy like Devontae Adams in there, you never even get to the other people because he's always open. So you done got rid of the ball. So I never have to hold it to get to 2 to 3 and back to 4. I got rid of the ball.
And he's going to be where he's supposed to be.
And he's going to be where he's supposed to be. So last night as I'm watching it, I'm like, man, this is the first time I really, because the other times it was they dropped the ball. Okay, they didn't separate. But this time, nobody was getting any separation and getting open.
But Key, a lot of these passes were just errant passes.
Yeah.
Like they weren't because guys
Not
weren't
precise.
where they were supposed to be. He wasn't precise at all.
Yeah, but what happens in that though is when you're looking for 17, and that's what you've been looking at for the last 12 years, and it's not there. Now you got to get to everybody else, and they're not open. So I'm just like I said to you, all of a sudden it looked like I'm just going through the motions at that point in time. If you look, it just seems like right there he throws a deep post. Like he's expecting that dude to run. And Watson's not separating. He's not running. He's almost locked in, tied up with the DB.
I don't know, man. From the beginning of the year, I said I thought they were going to miss Devontae Adams.
Well,
I've been on this from the beginning.
Of course, but this is the first time I got a chance to see it.
I hear you.
While I'm watching it, it looked like, you know what? He's really missing him.
But typically when they say growing pains for a lot of these young players, like all right, beginning of the year, growing pains for Aaron Rodgers to figure out his new wide receiving core and what that's going to be like with Randall Cobb and Lazard and all these guys. It just feels like those growing pains have never really equated into the next iteration of it. Like they came out of it. They still look like they're in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, Key, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like that's what you're saying. Like it's one thing to make a correlation. We no longer have this guy and we're not winning as much, right? It's another thing to sit down and go, oh, I see it. This is like, today it shows up. He's not just, missing guy, or it's a whole problem, right? The whole thing. Not having Devontae Adams there to bail him out, to be where he's supposed to be for a timing type play, for when stuff isn't working out, to get himself open, all that kind of
There's
stuff.
throws that Aaron Rodgers made that Devontae Adams would have been in that spot. He'd have been there.
How much of it is Rodgers falling off, though, and how much of it is not having Devontae?
I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's falling off at all. I'd take him tomorrow. I don't think he's falling off.
Is that because of faith in him? Because you've seen it for so many years now? You're like, come on, that's Aaron Rodgers.
Because you can look at it and tell that he's not playing with stuff right now. And they're a bad team. Things are bad all the way around them. You take Aaron Rodgers and you put him with a group of receivers that's good.
Put him on the Vikings.
Yeah, but
Right.
it would be cheating at that point.
Right.
You put him on the Vikings, put him on Cincinnati.
You don't see deterioration in Aaron Rodgers, or you're saying
really at all?
No.
He looked like
he
the cold
looked? I thought he
affected him
looked
last
from
night
what I
when his
saw
thumb
last
hurt.
night. Again, the first half on Staten Island, but
It looked different to me.
No,
last
he ain't no
night.
deterioration. No, we're not going down that road.
I'm not saying he still can't play at a high level, but it has not looked
Because he
well
wasn't
for him.
deteriorating last week when he was dropping.
But that
them in
was
the
one
bread basket.
game, though.
I understand that, but there's been other games where he's delivered the football, and you go, whew. I mean, there has been other games, even though they've lost. There's been other games where you're like,
I'm just saying,
man,
I mean,
that dude has some players around him.
it has came off a knock compared to back-to-back MVP years. So, I mean, the statement isn't inaccurate, Max. There has been a drop-off as opposed to back-to-back MVP years.
I didn't see the first half because I was at Teddy Atlas's fundraiser talking to Dustin Poirier. Huh? Pretty good, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, by the way, Poirier shows up at this thing, spends his whole night, gets all the way out to Staten Island, shows up, the whole thing, and then comes out of his pocket with money, donates money to the organization, like a good chunk of money to the organization to like, that's a real dude right there coming off a tough fight.
That's what's up.
So, you know why I bring that up, Jay? That's a winner.
Ooh. Are we doing it again?
We do it every single day.
Winning
4
word.
times a day. We're on the air 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. We're giving away $10K a day on KJM, the KJM $10K a day giveaway. Winning word every hour. You text it to 777-000. You text the winning word, and you are entered for your chance to win $2,500. We've given away $60,000 so far. The winning word is
KJ and Max 10K giveaway.
done. D-O-N-E, as in, I think I'm the only one who doesn't think the Packers are done. No purchase necessary. Ends December 7, 2022. See complete official rules at espnradio.com/contest. Text DONE, D-O-N-E, to 777-000, 777-000, and you have entered for your chance to win $2,500. Someone's going to win $2,500 this hour. Going to be you? Which quarterback has the most pressure on them to win a Super Bowl?
Jay?
Did I mention that there's no purchase necessary and it ends December 7, 2022? Did I say that?
No.
Did I say see complete official rules at espnradio.com/contest?
No, but now you did.
Which quarterback has the most pressure on them to win a Super Bowl?